Every family has one, the one who doesn't quite fit the shape everyone else fits into. In my family, that was me. My mother is a doctor, my older brother is a lawyer, my older sister runs a finance team, and then there's me. The one who, at every holiday dinner for the last 15 years, gets the same question. So, still doing the wood thing? Let me back up. My mom grew up with nothing and built a career out of sheer force of will. She raised 3 kids on a resident's salary and made sure all of us understood one thing: stability is everything. My brother became a lawyer at 25. My sister was running a team by 28. They did exactly what they were supposed to do. And then there was me. My grandfather had a workshop in his garage. Nobody else in the family ever went in there. They said it was Grandpa's mess, but I loved it. The smell of sawdust. The rows of tools, each one with its place. When I was 7, he handed me a small block of wood and a piece of sandpaper and said, "Just feel it. Feel where it's rough." I sat there for 2 hours. That was the first time I ever felt completely still. At the next family dinner, my mom mentioned, kind of proudly, that I'd spent the whole afternoon in Grandpa's workshop. My brother laughed, not meanly, just, "That's such a Theo thing to do." Everyone chuckled and moved on to talking about my sister's math competition. I was 8. I didn't understand yet what that laugh meant. I just knew that whatever I'd found in that workshop wasn't the kind of thing people talked about at dinner. Grandpa never laughed like that. Every weekend I could, I was in that workshop. He taught me to read wood grain, to listen for the right sound when you tap a joint. He used to say, "Everyone in this family is good at moving fast. You're good at slowing down. Don't let anyone tell you that's the wrong direction." I didn't fully understand him then. I do now. By high school, the pattern was set. My siblings brought home report cards and trophies. I brought home a wobbly stool I'd built from scrap wood. My mom put it in the hallway. She was kind about it, but at every family gathering, the conversation order was the same: brother's internship, sister's scholarship, and then, eventually, almost as an afterthought, and Theo's still building things, I guess. When I told my family, my mom didn't yell. That was almost worse. She just got quiet. The kind of quiet that means I'm trying very hard not to say what I'm thinking. My brother asked what my plan was. I said I didn't fully have one yet. My sister said, gently, "Theo, you can't build a career out of a hobby." I went back to Grandpa's old garage that night. It felt like the only place that made sense. The first year was hard in ways nobody warns you about. I sold that first table for $60, barely covered the wood. I took odd jobs to cover rent. My friends were getting promotions, buying houses, posting vacation photos. I was eating rice and beans and sanding furniture in a cold garage. Some nights, I genuinely wondered if my sister was right. Maybe this really was just a hobby. But every time I picked up a piece of wood, something in me went quiet in the good way, the way it did when I was 7, so I kept going. I taught myself joinery from old videos. I redid the same techniques over and over until my hands stopped shaking. I started posting photos of my work online, not for anyone in my family to see, just to track my own progress. Slowly, a few strangers started commenting. 8 months in, someone messaged me, a stranger, 2 states away, asking if I could build a dining table for her family. A real commission. Real money. I said yes before I'd worked out how I'd actually ship it. I spent 6 weeks on that table. I drove it to her myself, 12 hours each way. When she saw it, she didn't say anything for a moment. Then she said, "This is going to be where we have every dinner from now on." That client posted photos of the table online. A local interior designer saw it and reached out. Then another. By the end of that year, I had a small wait list. People willing to wait 4 months for a table built by hand in a converted garage. I still hadn't told most of my family any of this. Not because I was hiding it. I just didn't know how to explain it in a way that would land the way it actually felt. At Thanksgiving that year, the same question came, on schedule. "So, still doing the wood thing?" I said yes. My aunt asked if I'd thought about getting back into something stable. I said I was actually doing okay. Nobody really followed up. What nobody at that dinner knew was that 2 weeks earlier, I'd quietly built a new dining table for my mom's house to replace the one we'd had since I was a kid. The one with the wobbly leg I used to fix over and over as a teenager. I delivered it while she was at work and set it up myself. I didn't make a big deal of it. I just wanted her to have a table that didn't wobble anymore. My mom got home from a double shift, exhausted, and walked into the kitchen and stopped. She told me later she just stood there for a long time, running her hand along the surface. She said it was the steadiest thing in that kitchen had felt in 20 years. She didn't call to say thank you right away. She called 3 days later, and the first thing she said was, "I want to see the workshop, the real one, this weekend." She came that Saturday. She walked through the garage slowly, the same garage she'd avoided clearing out for years. She saw the wait list, the half-finished pieces, the tools organized exactly like her father used to keep them. She picked up one of his old chisels and held it for a long time. Then she looked at me and said, "I didn't understand this. I'm not sure I fully do now, but I understand you a little better. I want to be honest with you. That moment didn't fix everything. My brother still doesn't really ask about my work. At the next family dinner, someone still made a joke about the wood thing, but my mom started telling people quietly that I'd built her kitchen table. That was enough. I wasn't trying to win an argument. I just wanted one person to really see it." Over the next 2 years, the business grew the way good wood ages, slowly, and for the better. I hired one apprentice, a kid who reminded me of myself at 19. I moved out of the garage into a small rented workshop space. I still didn't post much about it. I didn't need to. The wait list did the talking. By year 3, I was turning down more work than I was taking. Then a small design magazine ran a feature, The Quiet Craftsman. 6 photos of my workshop, my hands, a few finished pieces. It wasn't huge, but it was the first time my work existed somewhere my family might actually see it without me explaining it. My sister sent me a text, just a photo of the article and one line. "Wait, this is you?" My sister called me that night. We talked for almost 2 hours. Longer than we talked in years. She asked real questions. How did you learn this? Are you doing okay financially? Do you actually like it? I answered all of them honestly. At the end, she said, "I think I always assumed you were stuck. I didn't realize you'd just gone somewhere the rest of us hadn't." That sentence stayed with me for a long time. The next family dinner was different, not dramatically. Nobody made a speech. But my brother asked, almost shyly, if I could maybe build something for his new apartment. My aunt asked how long the wait list was now, like it was a real thing, because it was. And for the first time in 15 years, when someone asked what I did, I didn't feel the old tightening in my chest before I answered. Some things never fully changed. My dad still occasionally calls it Theo's little shop. Not unkindly, just out of habit, the way old labels stick. I used to let that bother me. Now it doesn't. Because I know what it actually is. It's not little. It's the place I built, board by board, out of a question nobody else in my family ever thought to ask, and that's exactly why it's mine. Last year, I built one more thing I never told anyone about. I built a chair, using the design from a half-finished one I found in Grandpa's old sketches after he passed. It took me 4 months to get it right. I placed it in the corner of the workshop, near the window where the light hits in the afternoon. I don't sell that one. I just sit in it sometimes. It's the only conversation with him I still get to have. If you're the one in your family who wants something nobody else has ever wanted, I need you to hear this. That's not a flaw in you. It's not rebellion. It's not a phase. It might just be the one thing your family tree was missing. Nobody in mine had ever wanted to slow down. I did. And it turns out that was useful. Eventually, even if it took 15 years for anyone to say so. I used to think being the black sheep meant something was wrong with me. Now I think it just meant I was early. Early to a question my family hadn't gotten to yet. If you're the one who wants something different than everyone around you, you're not broken and you're not behind. You might just be standing at the edge of a question everyone else hasn't asked yet. Someone has to go first.